Hey guys, it's Gameface here and welcome back to episode 59 of my Leeds United career mode. Now in today's episode, we're going to be finishing off the January transfer window, also playing this game against Manchester City, as you can see here. Hopefully going to make a couple of new additions to the team. It might be the case that we sign more pre-contract agreements in today's episode. Obviously it depends on the players that we get rid of though. And yeah, before we get into things against Manchester City, if we could go ahead and hit 40 likes on today's episode, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well, it'd be absolutely fantastic. And yeah, let's crack on with things. This is the side I'm going to go with for the game against Manchester City. Pickford starts in goal, our new signing that we made in the last episode. Eiling there at right back, Janssen back in the team alongside Arvidsson. Taylor at left back, we've got Delph and Bridcut in midfield, we've got Gray, Lecco, our new signing, starting on the right hand side with Vieira in behind Berahino. And yeah, it's going to be a tough game against Man City, currently 9th in the league table. A win here against first in the league would obviously be very, very good. But we're not really expecting too much. We'll keep the expectations low. But I am hoping for a good performance, hoping for a good result, and obviously need our new signings to try and perform. And then after this game, we'll put in some more bids, some more offers for various different players. But let's kick things off with hopefully a positive result here against Man City. It's not going to be easy though, I wouldn't have thought. Here we go, at Manchester City for this very tough game. They've made some new signings. We've just seen Cal Walker there a second ago, and I'm sure they'll have many other players as well. Not really too sure what sort of side they'll put out, whether it'll be a weak team, a strong team. Sometimes when you play against the teams at the top of the league, they tend to put out sort of rotated sides with loads of youngsters in. It seems like they've maybe got a few youngsters in there. It's kind of a mixture of different players, I think, varying sort of overalls by the looks of it. Hopefully, though, it is going to be a weak enough side for us to be able to pick up some points. That's the aim, although we would like a challenge. It is quite nice if we could try and just make sure it's a team that we're able to beat, ideally. Clichy here having a shot, and it's a good save by Pickford. Our new signing might need to change his kit number to number 1 actually now. But a good save there. It's an early chance for Manchester City. And they've got themselves a corner. Need to try and clear this one straight away, and we have done. Just. Oof. I'll be really interested to see how Lecco gets on this right-hand side. Brought him in as a replacement for Barrow. His stats actually look quite good in his key areas, but he's only 71 overall, so he certainly needs some training. But we'll wait and see how he gets on in this first game that he's going to play for us. We've got him combining with Eiling there, unable to get on the end of it though. Lecco. Onto Eiling. Eiling going to play it back to Lecco. He's going to turn, find that pass into Delph. Oh, it's a hell of a strike on his right foot. It's into the top left-hand corner on his weaker side. And we are winning the game 1-0. It's a fantastic finish from Fabian Delph. Him and Bridcut in midfield are so good. They've got a perfect balance between them. Vieira in front as well is a really, really good 3 to have there centrally in midfield. It's past Angus Gunn. Don't know why they're playing him. They've got 3 or 4 really good goalkeepers at Man City that are better than Gunn. They've got Caballero, they've got Bravo and Hart all at the club. So I don't know why they're playing Angus Gunn. He's much lower overall. And that's been shown by that. He's obviously not going to save, I don't think, anyway. It's right in the corner, but you would have thought maybe another goalkeeper would have probably gone for it a little bit more. Berahino, going to look for Lecco. It's fallen for him nicely. He's got decent finishing on his stats, and that's not a bad strike as well. Looking good so far, Lecco. Doesn't have, obviously, the cutting-in ability like Barrow did on his left, but it's another option for us to have on that right now with a right-footed player instead. That's brilliant. Delph. Oh, that's fantastic. Can he finish it off? Berahino does. He just rolls it past Angus Gunn. We've opened them up. And this is a very good performance so far. Really good bit of build-up play. I think the defence and midfield of Manchester City seem to be a little bit out of sync at the moment. Really managing to find spaces in between those two. And that's never good, really, for a team to be able to find spaces in between your defence and midfield. Delph here just picking up the ball. Lovely little chip. No one's even following them. And yeah, they try and play the offside trap really, and it's kind of gone against them. Berahino slotting it past Angus Gunn. It's 2-0. It could get even worse for Manchester City. Angus Gunn in goal is not going to help them, but 2-0 up, 36 minutes in. Fantastic so far. Chance for Man City here is through. He's going to look to play this one across. Mertens at the back. Got to keep that one down. I think it is his weaker side on the left foot there, but he's got to do a little bit better, I think. It was an awkward bounce, I know. But really, maybe even could take a touch. He doesn't have to hit it first time, and would have been a really good chance to try and get back a goal for Manchester City. Half-time, winning the game 2-0. Really good result at the moment. Really good performance as well. Fantastic. So definitely deserved to be in front. Maybe Man City could have had a goal, but I mean, it kind of serves them right for playing a slightly changed team here, to be honest. They have brought on Gundogan there at half-time. Not too sure they've taken off, but certainly looking to strengthen the team through the substitutions. They should have started a better side, though, really. That's the only complaint I can have, that it's not as competitive as I would have hoped for a team that's first in the league. But obviously that helps us out by giving us a greater chance of the 3 points. Hopefully here we can get ourselves another goal. It's going to be great. Look to chip this one in. Berahino's up there, couldn't find the connection with the ball. Berahino looking for Lecco. That's a fantastic pass. Lecco's going to shoot. It's a good save. Gray's followed in there. Couldn't quite finish it off. We've still got it here. But John Stones intercepting it. Fantastic chance for Lecco. Seems like a really good shooter, really good finisher. Probably a better word to use. But does have really good finishing, so that does kind of make sense, to be honest. But much better than maybe you'd expect for a 71 rated player. Decent strike there across the goalkeeper. Still 2-0 though. Oh no. Got an injury for Charlie Taylor. I say oh no, it's good in obviously one way that we can try out Shinny, our new signing, but obviously we don't want to have injuries to our first team players in particular. So yeah, Charlie Taylor's had to be forced off in this game. Hopefully not out for too long, but usually when that happens, it is going to be probably a long one. It's a shame about that because, you know, it's not nice having players ruled out in the team. You want to try and have your best players at all times. We do have Denton, obviously, as another player if we do need him. If Charlie Taylor is out for a long time, we've got Denton as a second choice left back in that case. So yeah, that is a bit frustrating, but we will make that one change. I might also look to stick Lecco up front at some point. Don't know whether I'll do that this game or maybe another episode, but just wanting to try him in various different places. I think he could be quite good more centrally, though. We'll have to wait and see whether we do have time to change it, whether there's any point changing it if his energy is too low to play well in that position later on. Okay, final two changes now. Diame and Aarons to come on. That means we're going to take off Delph and Berahino. Vieira's going to drop back alongside Bridcut. And obviously we're going to stick up Lecco up front. Going to give that a go, see how it gets on basically. And Aarons is going to go on the right hand side. Don't really think I ever thought about trying him on the right hand side, given that he's left footed, very much like Barrow. But we're going to wait and see whether that works or not for the final 20 minutes. It'll be interesting. It might work, might not. But we'll wait and see what our performance is like for the final 20 minutes. Through to Lecco, playing more centrally now. This is where he can really use his pace. Wasn't involved as much on the wing. Sadly though, that time does get dispossessed. But I think early signs, even though he's only touched the ball a couple of times playing up front, he does look much better in that position. Maybe could affect the game much more, potentially as someone to come off the bench and give us that extra bit of pace in behind. But yeah, decent start for him in that position. Ayling onto Aarons. He's cut inside, rather like Barrow used to do. Does he have the finish like Barrow did, though? No. Oh, what a chance! Thought that had gone in for a second. Is that Mertens? Seems to have cropped up a few times during this game, Mertens, and produced something that looked like it was very close to being special, but hasn't quite come off for him. And it was being really the only threat for Manchester City in this game. They've not had loads of chances. The chances they have had have come through Mertens, though. And I think it will remain probably 2-0 as this game slowly fades away for the final couple of minutes, unless obviously we're able to hit them on the break here. Fernando appears to be in a centre-back position, but does well. That's it. We've won the game 2-0. Really good 3 points there against the league leaders. Fantastic stuff. That should help us in the league going up forward in the league table. We were 9th. We should hopefully move up a little bit. Depends on the other results, obviously, and the other teams around us. But we were in 5th position at one point last episode. Then we drew a game and suddenly fell down to 9th. So it's very changeable in those sort of positions between like 10th and 5th place at the moment. But hopefully we can move up a little bit. We'll wait and see though where that leaves us. And we will have to find out now. Okay, up to 6th position. That's actually very, very good. Obviously, with the teams below us, Arsenal and Crystal Palace still yet to play. So we could well move down to, I don't know, 7th or 8th, something like that. But that's not too bad. We've also knocked Manchester City down to 2nd because of that win against them. And we kind of narrowed the gap between us and some of the other teams in the top 4 or 5. So that's good news for us. Got a little bit closer to them. Trying to break into those European places if we can, although the target set by the board is to finish mid-table. So we're certainly doing that at the moment, although they don't think we are on track in investing in youth development. What's the thing for that? Grow 2 youth academy players by at least 10 overall, play them in 5 matches. Yeah, not really got any intentions of doing it, to be honest. Player injured, Charlie Taylor's out for 3 months. Absolutely terrible. You could just tell, you can tell sometimes when the player stays on the ground for so long, it has to come off. and in this case, he's going to be out for a long time. Like I said before, though, luckily we brought in Shinnie, and I'm really happy about that, because if we had Angelino there, certainly would have been much weaker on that left-hand side. Shinnie, though, looks fantastic, and we've also got Denton as a backup to Shinnie after that. Abraham's disappointed with his role at the club, that's fair enough, and we've also got Axel disappointed not to start. Well, he's never really going to get in against the league leaders, was he? He's our 4th or 5th choice centre-back, so could never really see him getting into the side, to be honest. Let's move on now to some player drills. We are going to change some of them around, take out a couple of players and add in some new faces. And these are the 5 drills we're going to go with. Brought in Lecco and Pickford, 2 of our new signings here. Trying to train them up, trying to improve them, because I think it'll be very important for us for the end of this season, going into the new season as well, because the Leeds career will be continuing for another season at least. Basically down to your guys' comments. You always seem to really enjoy these videos and say that you want it to continue into another season. So at the moment we will be continuing and hopefully going on to another season after this one. And we do have some transfers to make, transfer offers potentially at some point as well to receive. Tyler Denton will be departing the club though. Less than 6 months left on his contract. He's free to discuss, and he's joining Exeter City. Why the hell is he going there? That's not good. He joins at the end of the season, though, so luckily he's not leaving us now, because we need another left-back at the moment. But that's very much come out of the blue. Bit of a strange one. Wasn't quite expecting that. Hopefully, no one else can leave during this transfer window. Who else have we got? Yeah, quite a few, actually. So, I don't think there's anybody else I'm particularly bothered about leaving, to be honest. Calvin Phillips I'd like actually to stay. I'll give him another year contract, I think. Okay, now on to some players that we're going to try and sign on some contract expiry deals, basically. That's the way we're going to try and do it for the rest of this episode, I'd say. Try and bring in some more of those sort of players. A player that's really caught my eye from Southampton. He looks very good. We've always kind of missed a really good centre attacking mid. I think Diame was the sort of player that we were trying to bring in. He's not quite improved. He's kind of going down, to be honest, in his stats now. We need someone to come in at the end of the season and try and improve us in that position. I think it's going to be Wellington Nem from Southampton. Looks a very good player. We're going to offer him a 4-year contract. And I think an important first-team player, although crucial, will probably make more sense. We'll do that just to make sure that he definitely wants to sign for us. I'll be really happy with that signing. We don't have to bring in loads and loads of players. I do quite like the fact that we've still got a lot of Leeds players still on this side. Another player I'm also interested in is Remy as well. And, yeah, maybe a little bit controversial. Not too sure what you guys think about Remy, the fact he's from Chelsea as well. But we are going to offer him one because I think we could do with someone either as a replacement for Berahino or as a backup to Berahino. We do need another good quality striker in that position. Abraham just hasn't really delivered. Going into next season, if we want to challenge further on, then we're certainly going to need another decent striker. The only thing is he's 32, Remy. That's my only concern with that. Although I do really like his stats. His finishing's decent, but come the end of the season, could he be much lower in overall? I think I'll actually leave that one. I was tempted to do a bid for him, but I don't think I will at the moment. Armati, though, is someone that I really would like to sign. But again, that means it would kind of kick out some of our Leeds players that we currently have in the team. So, not really too sure on that deal yet. I think what I will do is offer him the contract expiry. We'll offer him a 50 grand a week, which is actually a pay decrease. And I'll offer him the 3-year deal as well. Actually, we'll go 4. We'll keep him as long as possible. And I think we'll go important first-team player. Transfer for him for one of our young centre-forwards. It's Tyler Richardson. He's going to go to Oldham Athletic for a year. Just send him out on loan there to try and get some experience and go up in overall. We've also got Barry McCall, a player that we've offered a contract from the Youth Academy. He's going to join us. We've got another couple of players hopefully on the way as well in the next few days. None of them are really that incredible. They will go out on loan at some stage, whether it be now or the end of the season. But yeah, just decided to bring them in from the Youth Academy. We've also got Newcastle United accepting the bid that we put in last episode for one of their wingers, Antonsen, going the other way. This could be a really good deal for us, actually, because Antonsen just doesn't want to go. No one seems to want him. Seems like Newcastle do, though, so we're going to offer the right winger a 4-year contract and important first-team player. I know it seems like we might be selling a lot of wingers. We have got rid of quite a few, and I'm hoping to still continue to get rid of a couple as well. Snodgrass is a player I want to try and get rid of. Even though maybe some of you guys want him to stay, in-game, he's not looking great. He's on quite a big wage, and we obviously need to try and cut down the wage budget as much as possible. So he is transfer listed. Stats-wise, not really going to make much of an impact on the pitch with that sort of pace at this level. His quality is decent, but yeah, without the pace, he really lacks in that wide position. Into transfer deadline day now, you can see Lukaku's gone to Bayern Munich there from Manchester United for 54.5 million, a lot of money. And we do have some transfer news here. Wellington Nem from Southampton has accepted the pre-contract agreement. He's going to join us at the end of the season if our squad size wasn't so big already. Need to cut down on that. Okay, I got rid of one of the youngsters, Tyler Hall, I think is what he's called. Didn't look great. I think he was actually transfer listed or listed in some capacity anyway. Wasn't really going to ever use him. Marty's come back and said, I want a bigger role in the squad. He wants to be a crucial first team player for that pay decrease. I think we'll give it to him. I really like his stats. He looks like the absolute perfect player. Quite an expensive player as well if we could get him in for free. And Valencia, we offered him 50 grand a week. A player that I didn't actually show you me offer him before because he was on 90 grand a week he was wanting. And I just didn't think he was worth that. So I offered him 50. He clearly doesn't want to go ahead with that. And Kevin Phillips has declined the contract because I didn't match his 3-year demand. And I only offered him a year contract. Didn't want to offer him anything more than that. He is now going to take his time to review his options. And he won't be available to renegotiate for a few weeks now. We've got some good news. Newcastle United's right winger is going to join us. Anderson going the other way. Can we sign him though, or will our squad be at the maximum limit? Yes, it is. Okay, that's going to actually cause us some issues, I think, here. We're going to have to, again, look to cut down the squad if we can somehow. Worst thing about it is we can't actually cut down the squad anymore. We've released too many players already, so we're relying on some of these players to be sold in the remaining few hours. So frustrating when you've got two really good players potentially able to join you. Into the final 5 hours, it's not looking likely at the moment. We need a transfer offer to come in. We need to try and sell anybody at the moment. Verratti's gone to Manchester City for 77.5 million. 4 hours to go now, and we're not able to get in either of those two players, which is such a shame when our squad is apparently so packed, and yet we've still got a place left in the squad. Very strange. Oh, we seem to have missed out on these players now. Absolutely gutting. Especially when they're going to really add something to the team as well. Such a shame that we weren't able to sign them. And that means we end the transfer deadline day not really making the signings that I was after, to be honest. Again, couldn't get rid of the players that I was after. Antonsen remains for another transfer window where I've not been able to get rid of him. Just as we looked like we were going to be able to get rid of him, obviously other things stopped that. So disappointing. We've just been offered the manager role at Liverpool. That's an interesting one. You don't often get many offers in, but I think we have on 2 occasions recently. I think one was it this career mode or Juventus one? I can't remember now, but Athletic Bilbao, one of them, and now got a role at Liverpool potentially. That'll be interesting. I have done recently part 1 of the evolving Liverpool career mode series recently, and I'm going to obviously go on to do the part 2. But interesting that Liverpool seem to want me at the moment. Okay, so we end the transfer window having made some decent signings. Very happy with the signings that we have made. It was a shame though, because it would have been the perfect transfer window if we had have brought in those final 2 players at the end of the window. Marty obviously won't be able to get him in for free at the end of the season now. So gutting about that, especially when he's such an expensive player as well. But we did sign Lecco, we also signed Pickford as well, signed Shinnie as well, which was one that I maybe wasn't expecting to sign, not from the Scottish League anyway, but it was a decent signing, very happy with that one, and it will now be our first choice left back whilst Taylor's out injured. And I don't think we signed anybody else. We did get in some of these players from the Youth Academy, that's the reason why we couldn't sign those other 2 players. Very frustrating in hindsight, but that's how it's gone, sadly, and it meant that we couldn't sign our Marty and also the right winger from Newcastle because we decided to sign these 2 instead. If I'd known that would be the case, then obviously I wouldn't have signed them, but there may be someone for the future. That's the only positive you can take from that. And that will be everything for today's episode. We'll quickly do some player development just before we end things. But if we could go ahead and hit 40 likes on today's episode, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. It'll be absolutely fantastic. And I will see you guys for another episode of the Leeds United career mode next time. And yeah, as you can see this week, not that much growth in the players, but hopefully we'll see more next episode. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.